everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing a board game called Chants of the Old Ones. It is a Cthulhu game, and those of you who know me, you know I'm really big into the Cthulhu games. So what I'm going to do is just give you a brief overview of the game and then play it. This is not really a learn how to play because I'm not going to go over all the rules. This is just me wanting to play a game and share it with you, and if it looks of interest to you, you'll know the name of it. Alright, so in this game I am playing the leader of a cult. My job is to summon an old one. So I'm playing the bad guy in this one, which is fine with me. It's very thematic. First thing I need to do is there are a deck of old ones here. The rules say to shuffle the deck. I've shuffled all the decks, but it's a habit. I always do it again. And pick two. And then out of these two, pick one. I'll do Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep is going to require 15 in power, 15 in cultist value, 20 power, and 5 sacrifices. Sacrifices are when you sacrifice one of your cultists. So I'm going to be losing cultists here and there. I start out with 3 book or 3 knowledge and 8 power. So I'm almost halfway to the power I need. The way this game works is basically the game board is broken into 3 sections. The red section is Arkham, the city of Arkham. The blue section is Kingston, and the green section is Innsmouth. And these are 3 areas that are mentioned quite often in Lovecraft stories. So that's you're going to be trying to visit these cities to recruit, build temples, and do other things. There are a total of 36 cultist cards. I've shuffled them and divided them evenly, and they reside in the cities, and my job will be to go in and recruit them at various times. I also start with a very simple cult of 6 cards that I'll shuffle, and I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you always draw up to a hand size of 5. If you have over 5, you do not have to discard down, but you just can't. You always have to have at least 5 when you start a turn. So the cards have various symbols on them, and I'll explain it as I play the game, but some of the symbols are city-specific, meaning I can only play this card to a specific city. Others give me special abilities and things like that. All of them have a value down here, 1s and 2s for the starting deck, and those numbers will contribute to this 15. So I've got to build up my cult to a power of 20 and an incantation value of 15. And when like I said, most of my starting deck is 1s and a single 2 there. Alright, so this is the discard pile. This is my hand pile. And the way this works is, on your turn, you take 2 actions. You have these 2 tokens here that stay on your game board. And you basically send them out to various parts of the city to do things. And in order to do that, you have to play a card. So for instance, with this one, I have to play in the city of Arkham. And this will allow me to put this in the city and do something. Well, what can you do in a city? Well, you can recruit. You can get a token that will keep you sort of... it's a stealth token that keeps you hidden from the investigators. These investigators, and there's 12 in this deck, when I send my people out to do things... Now again, I only have 2 of them. When I send both out and I can't do anymore, I have to bring them back on a turn. And when you bring them back, if they have not performed what you call stealthy actions, they bring along an investigator with them that infiltrates the cult. And what happens is these are shuffled into your deck, and they're basically cards you can't play. You have a 5-hand deck. Well, if you draw 2 investigators, you've only got 3 cards to play. So it's in your best interest to remove the investigators, and there's various ways you can do that. You can try to summon a creature that can then eat the cultist. There's also ways to sacrifice or to get rid of them, but we can get to that. So I think the best way for me to do this is I'll just try to explain what I'm doing. I've never played this before. I am playing the beginner level. There's beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and so I am playing the beginner level. And the only other thing that you need to know is when an investigator is brought back to my deck, I also have to place this blockade token. It's got a little gun on it. And what it has to be placed anywhere in the city on a space that my tokens would normally be placed on. So it basically blocks an option, and there are ways to remove these as well. When I start the game, I have 2 stealth tokens. You can toss in a stealth token at any time to evade an investigator. You can never have more than 2. If I have one of my tokens on the board and the other one is not placed, I could send this to do what they call a tactical return, which allows this one to avoid an investigator. Well, it allows that one to avoid an investigator. When I get to that, we'll show you how that works. And then last, I have these 4 little temple tokens. You can set up temples in the various cities, and they give you special abilities and things like that. So let's go ahead and play. And again, I've never played this, so I probably will make some mistakes, so you just have to bear with me. Let's go to Arkham. So first off, you're supposed to flip down the top recruit card on each of the cities. I forgot to do that. All right, and a lot of times these are advanced recruits, more powerful than your standard cult, and they have special abilities on them. So if I go here to recruit, Fritz is a power 3. He also can get me a free stealth token when I play him. He costs 4 power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this card, and I am going to take my token. I'm going to put it on this space for the recruiting space. There's a space where I can get knowledge, a space where I can get power, a space where I can get a stealth token and eliminate a blockade token. Over here, I can put it in the center to create a temple. So right now, I want to recruit him. So I have to pay 4, and I started with 8. So I'll pay 4, and he goes to my discard, and so does the cultist. Now, again, I don't draw the investigator card because that token is out there. It's when they return. So on my act, I can play a card, I can do a return, or I can do a rest. So right now, I don't want to do a tactical return. A tactical return says if there's only 1 pawn left on the board, which there is, you can place it in the tactical return zone instead of performing an act. If I do that, I get to add a special token that allows me to draw a bonus card on the next turn. Right now, I think it's really important for me to get moving. Oh, by the way, when you buy one, you reveal one. So, got that. For my next action, I don't have anything else to do in the city of Arkham, but I could pay this to do a sacrifice, which I need to do. I need to collect sacrifice tokens. I think that's what I will do. I will play this here. I am going to do a sacrifice. What I do is let's see. What I do is I pick one of the cards either in my hand or my discard pile or my deck. You have to shuffle your deck if you look at it. But I'm gonna get rid of this guy. This guy, when I play him, he can be played at the he can be played to get a stealth token or not a stealth token, to block an investigator. That's a good one to have. But I'm gonna sacrifice him and when you sacrifice, they go out of the game, not into your discard. There are ways to get them back if you should decide you want to get them. So I'm gonna put them up here at the top to indicate sacrificed. Now, when I sacrifice, I remove one from my deck, and I also get a sacrifice token, which is a little coffin. So I've got the coffin, and I'm gonna place that on my board here, and because I'm gonna need 5 of those to win the game. Now, how do I lose the game? Well, I lose the game if all of the blockade tokens are placed. If they're all placed, that's one way to lose the game. I also lose the game let me tell you how it works, if I am unable to take an investigator card. So there are 12, so I've got to watch that. And then finally, you are unable to perform any action. There could come a time when my hand's in my deck and my other tokens and stuff, I am out of actions. So you need to monitor the game to keep it moving and keep things open. So right now I put this here to indicate that I did a sacrifice. and I did it, and I got the token, and that is the end of my turn. So, and by the way, this game moves very quickly. Because I'm just a one-player game, I can just keep going. So now, the only thing I can do is return. I can return. I have to return both of these here, and that's like a turn. The other thing is, once these are both returned here, the third and final thing I can do, instead of playing a card to act in a city, or doing one of these special actions, or doing a return, is I can rest. And rest lets you discard all the cards in your hand, which could include investigators, and draw back up. When your draw pile is done and the discard pile, when your draw pile is empty, you shuffle your discard pile back into it. All right, so I have to do a return. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring both back, and the game board tells you what you do. I have to gain an investigator and place a blockade token. I have to gain an investigator and put a blockade. Now, you do that if you pull a token back from the city, a city, you have to place that blockade token somewhere in that city. If it's done in the central area, which are not city specific, you can place it anywhere on the board. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give up both of my stealth tokens this early in the game to prevent that from happening. So I didn't have to place any blockades, and I don't have to put any investigator cards in my deck. So now it is my turn again. These are blue. These are city cards. Innsmouth and Kingston. Kingston. I can't remember. What is it? Can't remember. I think it's Kingston. Cities. Where are the cities? Here we go. Kingsport. Okay, I was wrong. All right. So, by the way, at the end of my turn, I was supposed to have drawn back up. So you rest, discard all cards from your hand, then draw cards to refill your hand. That's right. I at the end of my turn, I don't have that many cards left. So at some point, I'm going to have to do a rest. Now, I guess I'm going to do a rest, and I'm going to keep these, so I draw up to 5. So I draw this one, and now my deck is empty, so I basically shuffle. Oh, I got to put this back in. And remember, I'm out 1 cultist, so my deck is sort of flimsy right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the good news is I got this guy, and he gives me a special ability, which is I get a stealth token. So we're going to use that. All right, so on my turn, we're going to head to Innsmouth. I'm going to play that card. I get a stealth token, and I can do that at the beginning or end or anywhere in between. So I'll go ahead and get it now, so don't forget it. And what do I want to do? Well, I want to recruit. The recruiting here, she has a power of 2. She costs 3, and she gives me an extra draw the next time I draw up on my tokens. Or I could get another stealth token and remove a blockade, but there are no blockades right now. I could get 3 knowledge, but the knowledge really doesn't help me. There is a convert. I can convert knowledge to power. I could do that. But right now, I think what I want to do is recruit. So I'm going to recruit again. I have to pay 3 to get her. Her name is Nadezhda Zhukova. She has 2 power, or 2 incantation, and she gives me a... Now, I don't get to use that right now, only when I draw her and play her. So, but she will get me the draw an extra card token. And once you draw that extra card, that token goes away. It's not forever. All right. Now, the real question. I know I'm going to be getting an investigator here, and I have a stealth token, and this guy goes into my draw pile. I do not have another stealth, but I do have a temple. I could open a temple somewhere. Or I could go to Kingsmouth and recruit again, which I think I can't because I don't have enough power. I only have 1. So I'm going to have to get some power here. And to do that, I could go here, which is a stealth action. I'm going to do that. So anything in here, well, not anything. If it has a stealth symbol, it means that it does not draw an investigator. So I'm going to do this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert 2 to 2. So I can take this, and I can convert. I'll take 1 back, and I'll get 2 power for it. 2 to 2. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and 1 knowledge. Okay, that will do. All right, but luckily that will not use my stealth token. Okay, it is the end of my turn. I don't have any more tokens to play. Now I could. No, I can't. I can't do a temple because and you can build a temple anywhere. It's not city specific. You go to the one where you want to go. All right, so I have to do a return. So this guy will return, and unless, well, it was a stealth, so it does not draw an investigator. This one, however, will return, and normally I would get an investigator and a blockade, but I'm going to use my stealth token and block that. So I'm doing pretty good. I've added 2 cards to my deck, and I've got no investigators in there. But that was a return, and I've now got 4 cards. I don't want to rest yet, so I'm going to go back to the city of. Oh, we got to reveal. Oh, 4 and 5 power. I only have 3 power, so I cannot buy that guy. But I could buy her. Can't do that one. So I'm trying to build up my deck right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I am going to go to Kingsport. Innsmouth, Kingsport. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to send this here to recruit, and I'm going to pay 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm out of power, and I get her. Her name is Catherine K. She gives me 2 power when she gets played. All right, and that one is placed. Now, I could go back here and do something. I could sacrifice a cultist, which I need to be working on that. All right, this goes to my discard. Do I want to build a temple? Okay. I can build a temple anywhere. Let's do that. Well, I have no stealth tokens right now. So let's see if we can get a stealth token. To get a stealth token, I would have to go, I could go here and pay 2 knowledge, but I only have 1 knowledge. So I can't do that. I go here, and I'd have to give up my sacrifice token, and up here I have to give 5 power, so I can't get a stealth token this turn. Ugh. Okay, looks like I'm going to be getting 2 investigators this turn. So knowing I'm going to get 2 investigators, let's go ahead and go for broke here, and let's, the only thing I can do, let me reveal one, 4 power, so I can't do that. So I am going to go to a temple, and the temple, they all basically, they're not all the same. They give you different things, but this one gives me 5 power. Whenever I send somebody to the temple, I'll get 5 power if he's here. And these tokens don't come back. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move my last token into the temple, which allows me to place one. And now that's permanent, semi-permanent. Anytime I put this token in here, any temples that are built here, I get their reward. I don't get it this turn. Don't get it this turn because that was the temple being built. And when you build a temple, you have to sacrifice a card, or you have to give up a card in your hand. It's like you're permanently assigning someone to that temple. So let me go ahead and confirm that. You need to dispatch one of your cultists by removing from the game. Yeah. So I will remove. Let me look at my discard. Are there any that I? This is where you get rid of the lower cost ones in favor of the big one. I need to keep her because I need to go back to Arkham. And man, so I'm gonna get. I guess I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of her, and that is that. So so I played that to establish a temple. I got rid of it, and that is it. All right. Now I have to rest. This one will come back. I have to put an investigator card here, and because he was in the city, I have to place a blockade token somewhere in the city. I will place it here on the increase the deck draw by 1. And this one will come back. And I don't have any stealth tokens. So this will go in the discard. And I have to place a blockade token somewhere in Arkham. And again, I don't want to block the temple. So I guess I will block the knowledge. Because knowledge is not one of the things I need right now. Now remember, there is a way to remove these blockade tokens. And when I get to the point where I need to do that, I'll do it. All right, I'm still at 2 cards. I can sacrifice or I can visit Innsmouth. But the problem is I have no power. And so I am going to have to rest. I draw 1. All right, I've got 3 in my hand, which means now I have to shuffle. And I need to draw 2 more cards. Hopefully I don't draw. I'm just going to keep shuffling for a minute. So I don't want to draw the investigator cards because that forces me to have to do a rest. And you can only rest when both of these are back in the game. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got an investigator. And 5. All right. Let's see. So it is now my turn. I can go to Innsmouth twice. I have no power. But if I play her, I'm going to get 2 power. So let's... And I do have an Arkham, so I could go to Arkham and establish another temple, because I could place it here. Let's do that. I'm going to visit Arkham. Actually, this should have gone back in my hand. Oh well. I will put that in the discard because I forgot. That'll teach me. This card gets played. I'm going to Arkham. I will send this to the temple, and I will establish here, which will get me a stealth token the next time I activate. I'm going to get 5 power because I do get to activate that. So I got 5. And remember, I need 20 power. I've got to start sacrificing. Okay, let's see. So I got the 5 power, and now, and I don't get the stealth token until I come back and activate the temple again. I can't do anything with this guy. I could sacrifice. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this back here. I'm going to play sacrifice. This guy goes here. And by the way, and this does not have a stealth token or emblem, so it's going to cause an investigator. But I'm going to sacrifice this one. Which gets me another sacrifice token. I've got 2 out of 5. I'm down to 2 cards, and I can't do anything now. This one comes back. An investigator goes in here, and wow, okay. And I have to place a blockade somewhere. It can go anywhere because it was in this center thing. So let's put it over here with, for right now, I'm going to block the temple in Innsmouth. And then this one comes back. I get another investigator. There are now 4 in my deck. And I have to place a block somewhere in Arkham. Okay. Let's place it here. Well, that lets me get rid of blockade. Let me put it here for 4 power. And we're going to have to do a remove at some point. All right, it is now, all I've got is I can do something here with her and get 2 power. The most highest one is her, this one, which gets me a card. I believe that allows me to get a bonus card. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to go ahead and shuffle these out and draw a new hand size? Because if I draw a new hand size, I won't be drawing these 2 investigators, and I'll be putting a 3rd in there. Let's do it. I'm going to rest. I am going to rest, which I forgot. You pull this down here when you do a rest. You get 2 power. So I should have had 2 and 2. I forgot about that. So let's do 4. That first time I did a rest, I should have gotten 2 power. I get to cycle my deck, and this symbol right here, I don't remember what that symbol means. That symbol, does that mean I could substitute a, let's see, what is that one? Sorry. There's a lot of little symbols in here. You got to remember what they do, and I cannot remember that. That symbol is rest. So let's look at the rest. You can rest, concealment, hand size. Come on. All right. Discard all cards, then draw from your deck to refill your hand. Return your pawns to their initial position. Additionally, you may recover a cultist you have removed from the game. If you do so, exchange it for any cultist currently in your cult, and place the recovered cultist in your hand. So you may recover a cultist you removed, exchange it for any cultist currently, and place the recover. So you just have to you can sub one out. So I don't have any Arkham right now, so I'm not going to do that. But I do get to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. I've got to build my deck up. But I also need to summon a creature to start eating some of these bad guys, or these investigators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get an? I got one. I got 2 investigators on that draw. Okay. And this comes over here. Sorry. Okay. Let's see what we got. These go back. And let's go to Arkham. We'll go to Arkham. I need to get rid of a blockade. It costs 5 power to do it, and I do get a stealth token. I'm going to pay this. This should have gone here. This goes here. I'll move it to here because I'm going to Arkham. I pay 5, 3, 4, 5, and I get a stealth token, which basically just is going to protect this guy. And I also get to remove one of these. Now you can remove it from anywhere. I definitely need to remove it from here, the power, because I might need to build my power up towards the end. All right, and I've got one more action. I could go to Arkham again and get 5 power. Or I could recruit. Let's recruit. I've got enough. I've got 4. I am going to, and it's stealthy. Oh shoot! Yes, this will be a stealth action. She has the little stealth icon here. So this one comes over here. I'm going to play her. This will be a stealth. So she will go here. I will pay 4 to recruit Lavinia Watley. Oh, that's from the Dunwich Horror. She's going to get me 4 power when she plays. She goes into my discard, and that is it. Let's go ahead, and because I played her, I can pull this one back, and I don't get a stealth token, or I don't get an investigator. And then this one will come back, and I will burn the stealth token to avoid getting an investigator. Now, to get a creature to eat, the creature is going to cost... It requires at least 4 card payment. So this is worth 3. I would need to play 2 cards or 3 cards to get 4. I need to pay 3 knowledge. 3. It costs 3 knowledge and 3 sacrifices. Man, that's not good at all, because let me double check that.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.
Okay, so it costs only 1 sacrifice, but it costs 3 book, and I don't have that, so I need to work on that. You can use a creature card to go here to kill an investigator, or to send them back here. And you also get a sacrifice token. So I'll spend one, but I'll get 1 back to buy this. I don't have knowledge yet, but I can get that. So what I'll do to get knowledge, I could send someone here, and I could get 3. That will, and then the next one I can do that. I can do this. All right. No, yeah, I can. No, I can't, because I don't have 4 in my hand to spend. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a rest. I get to discard I think do you have to discard your whole hand or just? I think it's just. I don't think you have to discard them all. Let me double check. Discard all cards of any type. Okay, so you do have to get rid of all of them. Well, unfortunately, I have to do that because I don't even have enough to pay the 4 here. So I'll discard, and I'm going to do a rest. So I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have to shuffle. Five. All right. Oh man, I got 2 more but I do have the ability to buy this. So so the first thing I did was I rested, which allows me to recycle, and that's the end of the turn. And I also get 2 power. 1, 2. All right, these return up here, and it is now my turn. I need to get a creature to start thinning this out. So let's do that. I am going to, but I need 3 book, and I don't have. Oh wait, I need to go here. I can do that. Yep. So I will pay her. She gets me 2 power. I'll put a 3 and take one of these back. And I now have 4 power and 1 book. And I will put this token here. And I get 3 knowledge. Okay. Then I don't have a token to put here. You need to play a card that has this symbol in order to put it there. So this comes here, back to my hand. The only thing I could do is establish another temple, but it would have to be, actually it could be anywhere. I could do that, put my 3rd one there. I'll do that. I'm going to pay this to get this here. I'll place the temple here. And I get 5 power, 2 power, and a stealth token. So I get 7 power, 3, 6. Okay, I'm starting to see how this game will start to build as your temples build. All right, that's that. I am done. So on my turn, this one will come back here with this one, and I get a investigator, and I have to put a blockade token somewhere. I'm going to put it up here on the on the power. And then this one comes back, unfortunately, and I'll use the stealth token to prevent that. All right, is that it? Once again, can't do a whole lot. Now I could go, if I spend this, I get another stealth token, and I can send one of my guys here, which I think is what I'm going to do. I put this here, I get a stealth token, and I'm going to send this. I do have 5 power. I could buy this one. Or I could get, I've got the, hold on. Yeah, I can't go buy a creature just yet. I am going to get another, I'll send it here. I can't do that because it would cost me 2. If I go here, it costs me 4. Oh, man. I'll recruit. I'll go here. I'll pay the 5 power, 3, 4, 5. And I will get this card. And he's got 4 incantations, so I need to check to see what my incantation level currently is. And I've got 1 more to do, but I can't do anything because I have 2 of these. So I have to do what's called a tactical return, which means this guy goes here. I have to draw an investigator. But I do get to draw a +1 hand size on the next one. So I get to put this token here to indicate on the next turn I'll draw up. That is the end of the turn. The tactical retreat, this comes back, but it's a stealth action, so I don't have to worry about a investigator. And then this guy returns, and I will burn a stealth token to prevent getting another investigator. Now, I have 2 cards. I will do a rest. So these come down. I get 2 power. and I can recycle my deck. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, because I got this +1, and I'll put that away. You do have to do that. You can't choose to ignore it. So I do have 2 investigators, but this time I am going for, I have a dagger. So by the way, these were supposed to come back up here after I did the rest. All right, let's do this. Let me reveal some new cultists. By the way, I need 15 incantation to summon him. Right now I have 2, 4, 7, 8, 12, 13, 15. 15. I have 15. I have, with all of my cultists together, it's what's in your hand, your draw deck, and your discard. I have met this. 3, 6, 8. I only have 8 power, and I have 2 out of the 5 here. Okay, so let's draw a creature, because I need to get rid of some of these investigators. And I can only do that by sending one here. This symbol matches this symbol. So when you play a creature card, you can put a token here, get rid of an investigator, and get a sacrifice. So let's play it. This should have gone back into the discard. Okay, this goes here. I will take this and put it here, because I want to buy a creature. The creature costs 3 book. Here's 3. And 1 sacrifice token. And I get to put it in my discard pile. And then we reveal the next one. The ghoul only costs 2 power. That's not bad. That's the one I should have gotten. I may get him on my next turn. Alright, now I've got Arkham cards, which is good, because if I can go to the temple, which I cannot. Actually, yeah, I can. As long as I visit the city, I can choose to go to the temple. What do I need? This gives me an extra draw. She gives me 4 power. Let's do that. This comes to here. I will put this here. I will send to the temple, which triggers 5 power, 8, 10 power. 3, 6, 9, 10. All right. 10 power. 12 in all. 3, 6, 9. Hold on. 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 15. Ooh, I'm almost there. But I also get a stealth token, and I also get a 1-up draw card. All right, is that it? That is it. All right, let's do this. She comes back. Did I get the 4 power when I played her? I think I did. If I didn't, that's my fault. She'll come back and draw this, and because this is not stealth, I have to put an investigator in here and put a blockade. Now, because it was here, I can put it anywhere I want. So I will put it... Right now, I don't want to block it. Well, you know what? Temples are out. I'm not worried about the temples right now. I'm going to block the Kingsport Temple. Then this one will come back, but I will burn my stealth token to prevent him from getting another investigator. All right. So all I've got is 2 bad guys, 2 investigators, and 2 cultists, both Arkham. Now I could trigger this again. I don't need to worry about recruiting. I mean, I can. I've got enough recruitment power. Right now, I need to start sacrificing, and that's going to suck because I'll be basically sacrificing my basics. So let's do that. Sacrificing a cultist requires a dagger, which I do not have. So, do I want to get rid of these cards? I think I do. So I'm going to do a rest action. I'll pull these down. This goes in here. I don't have 5 to shuffle, so 5 to draw. So I have to shuffle the deck, and I'll be drawing 6 this time because I have that +1 token. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and this goes away. These come back up. These were stealth actions, so I don't have to do that thing. And man, these investigators. All right, did I get a dagger? I do have a dagger, so I could sacrifice. I also have a temple card, so I could visit the temple. I also have 2 Arkham cards and 2 investigators. So let's think about this. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 8. I've got 18 power. I need 2 more. but I need to start sacrificing. So let's do that. I'm going to play this to visit here, and I'm going to sacrifice this guy, and I get a coffin token. And yep. All right, that's all I can do there. I need to get at least one stealth token. So I do have enough to buy him, but I don't have a dagger card to go get another creature. Next dagger card, I'm going to do that. So let's go visit. Let's play Lavinia. I get 4 power. I don't want to forget to do that this time. So I've got plenty of power. I got my 20 or 19, maybe 18. Yeah, I've got 21 power. So Arkham, I will send my last one to the temple to get 10 power, and I also get a stealth token. And that is all I can do. All right, so she comes back. This one returns. I get an investigator and a blockade. I will put this. Recruiting. I don't want to block the recruiting because I am going to need to recruit again. I'm going to block the. I'm running out of. I need to start block it. I'm going to block this one. 2 power, 2 book. I'm going to need to do an unblock soon. She will get me a stealth action for this guy. Oh, by the way, I went to the temple, so I got my 10 power, but I did get that, so I'm done there. Okay. Then I'm going to play her, which is stealthy, in Arkham. She gets me a +1 draw. And where do I want to send this one? It's got to be in Arkham. I need to do an unblock. And I'll do it. It costs 5 power. I'll spend it, 3, 4, 5. I get a stealth token, and I get to remove 1 blockade. I will remove. Let's get rid of the book. We might need to get some more knowledge to buy more creatures. All right. So that is done. She comes into here. This guy comes back, and he was stealthed by her card. This one comes back, and I will burn one of my stealth tokens. So that was a good turn. I've only got 2 so I need to do a rest. These come down. I draw 6 because I've got that extra token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have a monster? I do. All right, let's go kill one of these investigators and get them out of here. All right. I will play my creature. So I send one. These tokens come back up. This one goes here. I can get rid of 1 investigator from my deck. I will get rid of this one, and I get a sacrifice token. So I've got 3 out of the 5 I need. Remember, if I can't, I lose the game if I can't place any more blockade. If I run out of blockades, or if I run out of investigators, and there's 5 left. So, I need another monster. So to get a monster, I need a dagger, and I don't have it. So what I will do to get that dagger... What we should do is get another stealth token. I think we need to start working on stealth. So I've got plenty of power here. So I'm going to play... This comes out, and this comes in. And I'm going to send him here. I'm going to pay 5, 3, 4, 5, and I get another stealth, and I get to remove a blockade. I'll remove. It's a tough one. Let's remove this one for 2 book, 2 power. All right, removing the unlocks. That's good. All right, that is all I can do. This one will come back. I get an investigator, and I have to place a blockade token, because it's not a. You know what? I'm gonna use a stealth token and prevent that. This one, I'm going to bring back and also stealth token it. Okay, and this comes in here. I've got 2 cards left. I can go to Innsmouth for this, or I can do a rest action. This guy will get me a stealth if I play him. I'm going to play him and go to Innsmouth. I'm going to get a stealth, and I'm going to send this one to... I don't need to recruit, but I am going to need... What am I going to need? I could build a temple. Well, I can't build a temple because this is blockaded. So I could remove another investigator for a cost of 2 book. I only have 1. And get a stealth hit. That would have been so good to have. Let's work on that. I'm going to send him here to get 3 knowledge tokens. And I'll try to remember on my next turn. He comes away. Now she gets me 2 power and sends me also here. And now I could do this. I will pay her to get 2 power. 1, 2. I've still got my 20 power. 3, 6, 9, 12. I've got 22, 24 power. I will send this guy here. I will pay 2 book. So I send this out and I get 1 in return. So I've just got 2 left now. And I get to get rid of 1 investigator and I get a stealth token. So now I have 2 stealth. I think I'm starting to get this. Okay. There is a balancing act here. That is all I can do. All right, so this one comes back, I'll spend a stealth. This one comes back, and I'll spend a stealth, and she comes back. And did I get a plus? I thought I had a +1 at some point, but I guess I didn't. It is the end of my turn. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll shuffle and draw a 5. I need to get another monster, because I need to start eliminating investigators quicker. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I got 3, 4. Oh my gosh, 4, and no dagger, so I can't go buy a guy. So this slows you down. Basically, it's just slowing you down. So all I can do is 1 action if I want to. Now, if I do, I got this strange symbol, which I don't know what that one is. That's a new one. I think that means I get 1 creature. I get to pull 1 creature card. Search for a creature card of your cult and add it to your hand. Got it. Okay, so I will do that. That will get me a creature card in my hand. And then I could sacrifice another. Yeah. So I'll play him. I get to draw 1 creature card. And then I'll have to shuffle. So here it is. And then I'll shuffle my deck. And it's sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, because even though I'm getting rid of 1, I have to. It's not a stealth action, so I'll put 1 back in the draw pile. So I put it in my hand, and this guy goes into the discard. And now I can send one of my guys. All right, so hold on. So I played him, but I had to do something. I have to go to art. You have to do something. I have to go to Innsmouth. So what I'll do is I will get I'll get a stealth token. It costs 2 book. I get to eliminate an investigator, and I get a stealth token. That's a really powerful one. All right, good. That basically will cover him. Then I will play this card to send this token here. I get to remove another investigator, and I get a sacrifice token. So I've got 4 out of the 5 I need. This one comes back. I will burn a stealth token. This one comes back. I have to add an investigator and a blockade token. I'm going to block. I'll block the. I can always get. That costs. Okay, I'll do this one. All right, I've got 2, so I have to do a rest. These come down. These go here. I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a dagger so I can go buy this ghoul. I also get 2 power. So let me count my power. I've got 10, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 22. So I've got plenty. 10 plus 9. I'll just put 1. So there's the 20 I need. So I'm hopefully won't go into that. So right now I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 spending power. No investigators, thankfully. All right, let's see. Do I have a dagger? I do. I will play. Well, this one should have gone here. I will play the dagger. I can send. These come up here. These were stealth actions, so they don't draw cards. I send this here. 2 power. 1, 2. And I get a ghoul in my deck. All right, the ghoul can also be used to kill investigators. What do I need to work on? I need another sacrifice, and there it is. But I can't sacrifice because I don't have a dagger in my draw hand. But I do have a visit to... I'm going to hold on to him because I do need to sacrifice him. This will get me a stealth token, but it requires me to go to Innsmouth, and I don't want to go to Innsmouth. I want to go to Arkham to get that stealth token. Or maybe I do want to go here. I could go here, pay 2 book. I don't have 2 book, but I could get 3. I need a stealth token. I'm gonna pay this to get 4 power. I'm gonna send him, my last one, to this temple. I get 10 power, so power's not an issue anymore. I get a stealth token, and I get a +1 draw card. Okay, that's the end of that. I still have 1 temple left, but so far I haven't had a chance to really play it. This one comes back, and I will spend a stealth token. This one comes back, and I get a investigator, and I have to place another blockade. I'm going to have to start working on these blockades again. I will blockade... Man. I'll blockade this one again. To remove the blockade, I can go here and lose a sacrifice. I can go here and lose 5 power. That's the one I want right there. So I could do that. All right, she comes back in here, and it is a new turn. I don't want to rest, so I'll keep moving forward. I don't have a dagger, so I can't do the sacrifice to get my last sacrifice token. But I am so close. I've got the incantation, I think. Although if I sacrifice 1, I'll have to do. And I've got the 20, and I'm almost here. Almost here. All right. So what I will do, I will visit Arkham. I get a +1 token. Well, I already have. So now I get a +2 token. They stack. So +1, +2. She's stealthy, so this will not cost me a stealth. I will send him here. I get to pay 5, 3, 4, 5. And I remove 1 blockade. I'm going to remove... I'll remove this one. And I get a stealth token. So that is great. Pay for it with a stealth, and you get the 2 for 1. So the last thing I can do is I could go again. You can only have 2 stealth tokens. So if I go here, I'll get another one. But she does 1 sneaky, so I'll have 1 left over. Or I can go to Innsmouth and get kill an investigator for 2 book. I don't have 2 book. I am going to need to recruit, however. So let's go. Would that cost 5? I've only got 3, and I could go to Arkham. She costs 4. I don't have 4. Well, I do. 10, 20. I've got plenty of power. So let's go recruit, because I'm going to have to need. I'm going to sacrifice a 1, which is going to knock me down to 14. So let's. She will stay here. This one I will play to go and recruit. I will buy her for 4. 3, 4. And that is the end of the turn. This comes back with this one, and I will spend a stealth token. She is stealthy, so I don't have to worry about this one coming back, and that is it. I've got 1 card in my hand. It is a Innsmouth card. Let me check my... All right, you have to... Anytime you look at this, you have to shuffle. So I've got 1 more Innsmouth card coming. And so, but I'm going to get 3 investigators on this next rest, which I need to do it, because this will get me a stealth. So I'm going to play him. I get a stealth token, and I'm going to send this one. I have to send it to Innsmouth. I will send it here for 3 book. And that is, and then this one will do a tactical rest or a tactical return, which means I draw an investigator, and I think I do have to play. I don't have to play a blockade with it. I think I did that earlier, but you don't have to add a blockade token. And I get to add a +1. So now it's up to +3. All right. So that's good because this next hand is going to be awful. All right, that is that's here. At the end of the turn, this guy comes back. I will spin the stealth so he doesn't do anything, and then this one comes up here and does not do anything. I already added the investigator. Now it's draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle this. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me double check that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, get rid of this. All right, so that was good. And look at that. 6 of them are investigators, but I do have a creature. So I can get rid of one. I will do that. This guy should have gone back into the draw, but that's okay. I will play the creature. I need 3 book. Done. And I need a sacrifice. Done. I get a stealth, special ability, and I get to move this here. So I get to get rid of an investigator, and I get my sacrifice back. All right, so played him. That is done. And this is not a stealth action, by the way. Do I have... And look, all I can do is play her. She gets me 2 power. 1, 2. I have to go to Innsmouth. I don't have book. I could get 3 book. Can't go to the temple. I don't need to recruit. I'm going to go get 3 book, and that will be that. All right, so she's not stealthy. She comes here. This one comes back. I'll burn a stealth token. This comes back. I have to do an investigator and a blockade token, and I'll put it back. I'm not done. I'm done with recruiting. I'm going to have to do a long rest, or just a rest, to get rid of all 5 of these. I get to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get to 2 power, which the power is sort of becoming not a problem. All right, what I need to do is I need 1 more sacrifice, and I think I'm good. And do I have a dagger? I have a dagger. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Dagger, because remember I have to sacrifice. Well, I could get a sacrifice token doing this right here. So let's do it. Do I have... perfect. I'm going to send this guy here. I will sacrifice my last 1 level. I think that's my last one. I get to remove him, and I get a 5th token. And I believe that is it. The game ends. I think you have to... I think the way the game ends, you just count your... Ending the game. The first player to perform... Okay, do so at the beginning of your turn. Okay, so it's at the beginning of a turn. So I'm not at the beginning of a turn. I just played this guy. And I did a sacrifice. And then I could also sacrifice another... an enemy to get rid of an investigator. But I think I'm good to go. I will do... I'll move him here. To do a tactical return, I have to add an investigator, which is no big deal. This guy comes back. I have to add an investigator and do a blockade, which it doesn't really matter. All right, and that is that. So it's the start of my turn. At the beginning of the turn, I'll just put my cards down. So here's what I do. I have the 5 sacrifice tokens. I have 20 power. And I need 15 in cultists. So you basically, there's 6. 3, 6. In my draw, I have 6. So there's 12. I hope I did this right. 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. And that is the game. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. It's sort of a race against time. And there is a time. I mean, I'm down to what? 5, 1, 2, 3... 5 blockades and 2 investigators. 2 more investigators and I would have lost the game. My deck was full of them. So I'm going to have to ponder on this. So there is a balance here. You gotta start sacrificing, and the only way you can do that is either with a creature or using one of these that allows you to remove an investigator. But they cost a lot more money. They cost like 2 book plus a visit, plus you get another investigator because it's not a stealthy action. There's a little, I could see there's quite a bit of strategy here. I've never played this. This can be a 4-player game. You can play up to 4 players, and I could totally see that being fun because with 4 players, everybody's going to be buying for certain value cards. When a token is on a space, it can't be used. It's only a one token per space. So there's this sort of, and I could see this game taking a while too with 4 players. But for solo, that was fun. I really like this. I'll play a couple more beginner level just to make sure I understand everything, and then I'll move on to an intermediate. If you play this game or have played it and you noticed I made any mistakes, please point them out to me because I want to make sure I play the game correctly. And, well, that's it. I will be back again very soon with another game playthrough. Until then, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Everybody, take care.